My name is Julie and I represent the Engineering and Development Office diengine.com. Thank you for reading and watching. Objective: the blog is not intended to entertain the reader or viewer, rather, the blogger aims to create a general understanding of technical developments for real life. This blog is about understanding whether the use of solar energy as an energy source is related to whether one should invest a significant amount of money in the purchase of a PV system, or would less be acceptable. This blog has the number GAB number 26.02.2301, under which number this blog can be found on the website diengine.com. If you have any questions or suggestions, please quote the reference number. Introduction. The seller of a PV system advises the customer on their own financial advantages. Where money is involved, caution is advised. The design of a suitable PV system depends on the following factors. 1. What is the average electricity consumption in kilowatt hour? 2. The geographical latitude and longitude of the installation site. 3. Which area is particularly suitable for receiving direct sunlight? Now for the answers to the questions we asked ourselves. 1. Average electricity consumption can be easily determined from your electricity bill. Divide your total annual consumption by 365 days to get your average daily electricity consumption. Of course, daily electricity consumption varies depending on the season. For the sake of simplicity, we will ignore this fact. 2. The geographical latitude and longitude of the installation site of the PV system is one of the most important parameters for the use of solar energy. Nowadays, you can find out online how many hours of sunshine there are per day in a particular region. In addition, direct sunlight without shadows from clouds is the second factor affecting the use of solar energy. 3. The effectiveness of PV modules also depends on the angle at which they are installed. PV modules perform best when sunlight hits the surface of the solar module perpendicularly and continuously. This angle can only be achieved if the modules are mounted on a mast that can be moved to follow the sun. Very few people have this system. At this point, we would like to briefly advertise our activities. diengine.com is involved in the development of products that are socially beneficial, affordable, and useful to the general public. For this reason, diengine.com has launched another development project to create a solar-powered PV system that is affordable for everyone. Now back to the topic at hand. The image shown is of the PV module that we are currently testing in our technical laboratory. The diagram theory of the PV module states that the module is capable of generating a maximum output of approximately 400 watts. We can already confirm this power rating. The prerequisite is that the sun shines directly, without cloud shadows, at an angle of 90 degrees. Note: if you are wondering what the entry of 1000 watts per square meter means in the illustration, I can reassure you. The figure of 1000 watts per square meter refers to the solar energy that could actually be converted into electrical energy with a module efficiency of 100%. Unfortunately, we are not yet that far technologically. We are currently talking about efficiencies of approximately 20%. Our experiment. We conducted an experiment and permanently installed 4 PV modules. 1. At an angle of 75 degrees at a height of 5 meters. We are still in winter conditions in Germany. It is February 2026. The generation of electrical energy is fascinatingly good when the sun shines directly on the modules without any cloud interference. This is the case between 11:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. The small business has a permanent energy consumption of approximately 1200 watts. The modules generate an energy surplus. Under the above conditions, The small business can cover its electrical energy needs free of charge. The term free of charge should be viewed in relative terms. This is because the purchase of the PV system was subject to a charge. Conclusion. Through this experiment, we have determined that the angle of incidence of the PV modules is the most important parameter in the utilization of solar energy. This means that the number of PV modules is a secondary factor if the PV system is positioned at a right angle to the sun. If we were to install the same number of modules on the existing 10 degrees roof, the yield would drop so significantly that we would inevitably have to install a large number of modules to achieve the same energy yield. We did not need to conduct this experiment because our neighbor had already installed 16 modules on his 10 degrees roof facing east, independently of us. The neighbor's PV system is intended to support the power grid. Neither the angle of installation nor the orientation of his system are optimal. Therefore, the neighbor would have to invest a lot of money for little energy yield. As already mentioned, the result of our experiment has led us to start a new development project with the aim of making solar tracking PV modules affordable. We are not concerned about national regulations regarding the installation of a mast equipped with a PV system. We are technical artists. Artists love their art. Best regards, diengine.com representative Juli von Weizsäcker. Postscript. Finally, I would like to point out the copyright of our blogs. It is not permitted to use the results of our experiments and research commercially without our express permission. If an institution is interested in our work, please contact us directly. We thank you for your understanding and remain. diengine.com. Our email dienginecom@gmx.de.
Merci d'avoir regardé.
Gracias por vernos.
תודה שצפיתם.
Спасибо за просмотр.
Ευχαριστούμε που παρακολουθήσατε.
感谢您的观看。
ご視聴ありがとうございました。